Hey, what's up guys? Kevin here with TJ.
What's up, everybody?
Thought I would take some time and talk to you guys about some of our favorite things about snowboarding in the Alps, and maybe even one or two of our least favorite things.
Ooh.
Yeah, so starting off, I think the Alps here in Europe, the thing that stands out to me is how big and grand the mountains are. When you're up in the mountains, you really feel like everything is just on a much bigger scale than anywhere else I've been snowboarding in the world. So you get that big mountain feel, you get really long, steep runs, and it's quite the adventure, to be honest, being up in these mountains.
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of open pastures in the towns around here, and then those mountains just shoot up just so much vertical. It's pretty wild. It's not like anywhere else, really. Something that sticks out to me is the architecture, just the way everything looks, the way everything's really modern, the way everything is designed. Everything's super well thought out, put together really well, and it's the little things like that that really come through, I think, in the Alps and kind of make the experience just that much better.
Yeah, in the resorts that we've been to, it feels like everything is very modern. Even the gondolas, the chairlifts, the chairlifts have heated seats. The gondola here at the Stubai Glacier has got Wi-Fi on the gondola. So really, modern, high-tech, up-to-date. So that is really impressive. And just the roads even to the resorts, they're well taken care of, well thought out, well planned. That's definitely something that I appreciate when coming to a new resort. Another top thing here in the Alps, I think, is the choice. There's so many resorts to choose from. There's gotta be thousands across all these different countries, from Austria, Switzerland, France, Italy, just thousands of resorts to choose from. And even if you're not snowboarding at one of the big major resorts, I feel like all the small ones along the way offer something special. So almost endless mountains to explore, something that's on a scale, again, just so much bigger than what we have in North America. So that's a pretty exciting thing, knowing that there's just endless opportunities to explore new places here in Europe.
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to come back and check out Italy. I feel like that's one of the remaining countries in this area that has some pretty significant mountains to check out, a whole nother range of the Alps that we haven't seen yet. And honestly, I want to come back to Dubai. Maybe we'll get back here in the spring and hit those proper features once they're built full size.
Another highlight for me when coming to Europe is the history and the feeling of history here. So just in this valley that we're in now, there's amazing views, but also there's a lot of history that you can see in the architecture, with the people, with just the culture around skiing and snowboarding. So as we're going on these snowboard trips, we're also having the opportunity to check out cities that are thousands of years old as well. So that's something special, and I think it's something wherever you go snowboarding in Europe, there's gonna be those pockets of history to explore and check out along the way.
Yeah, the historical aspect of everything around here is pretty crazy, and I think kind of going along with that, there's a really cool mix of modern things with that history. So, in the valley we're in now, there's a lot of farming going on, but then you go into the place we're staying and everything is super modern and really well constructed. You go to the grocery store and there's all kinds of really small grocery stores scattered around. There's not like a massive mega market. So it's a really cool mix of like an old-timey feel, but with that nice modern touch.
One of the things that can be a downside to snowboarding in the Alps and in Europe is the cost. So some of the countries, depending on where you go, we noticed it in Switzerland, that when you convert your currency from, say, American dollars or Canadian dollars to Swiss francs, you're really giving up quite a lot. And a lot of times the price is even more in the country where you're at than at home. But I know that in Austria, at least, they have something like we have with the Epic Pass, where you can buy one collective pass that allows you to snowboard at a wide variety of resorts. So that may be something to look into if you're doing a trip over here. But yeah, something to be aware of, that the cost of just a meal or a drink or a lift ticket can be quite a lot.
Another thing that's definitely different when you're coming overseas, getting immersed in this new culture, is the way that the people operate is a little bit different. So for example, the grocery stores aren't even open on Sunday. They close much earlier than you might anticipate. Same thing with a lot of the restaurants and things like that. So you kind of have to plan your schedule a little bit differently. And then going along with that, if you're not from the area, There's probably going to be a language barrier as well, so you're going to have to figure out a way to overcome that also.
Yeah, like here in Austria, TJ, he speaks some German, which has helped us along a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely difficult, communicating with people at times. Also, yeah, the last weekend we kind of got stuck without any food. We managed to scrape by with some, plain noodles and sauce, but that early time the grocery store closed kind of threw us off. But one of those things, I think if you do a little bit of planning in advance, you can avoid a lot of those little bumps along the road. Awesome, guys. So just wanted to share with you guys some of our thoughts on snowboarding in the Alps. I feel like the positives definitely outweigh any negatives, and want to do many, many more snowboard trips here. And so far, what we've done has been incredible. Definitely, it's been life-changing. It's awesome. So
by far and large, definitely would recommend checking out the Alps for sure.
If you guys have any questions about snowboarding in the Alps, definitely leave them down in the comments, guys. Also, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video soon.
Take care, guys.